Let's get ready to do today's reflection. Just make sure that your heart and mind and body is in a place and a space to hear what the Lord may say to us today. Today's passage comes from one of Jesus' central teachings in his ministry. Let's read together his words to his followers from Matthew 11:28-29. Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you, because I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light.
Come to me, all of you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Imagine yourself coming and sitting down physically at the feet of Jesus. You've been carrying a giant pack full of heavy items that you've gathered over the course of your life. Your shoulders hurt, your back aches, and your feet are sore. As you sit down next to Jesus, you feel a great weight starting to lift. Jesus assists you to take off the pack, and you can feel new blood flow in your shoulders. Take a few deep breaths and begin to experience what the rest of God can feel like.
Take my yoke upon you. Let me teach you. Now, picture Jesus giving you a different pack to wear. At first, your mind will reject the idea of having to carry something else after you just experienced the relief of putting down all of your own things. Why would Jesus give you another burden? But as you put on this pack, you feel something totally different. There is ice in the pack, so it cools your aching muscles. There is still weight to the pack, but for some reason the weight feels different. Instead of causing you ache, it helps you with your journey. Let the voice of the Spirit talk to you about what are some of the ways that He wants to teach you in this experience.
I am humble and gentle at heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Jesus wants us to remember that the way in which He gives direction is unlike how many others in our world try to direct us, whether it's through force or through stress. Following the directions of Jesus will lead us to rest. His voice to us, though instructive, will come in gentle and humble ways. Take a few minutes to listen to God's voice again, and make sure you are hearing His instructions as they are intended, with His gentle and humble nature.
For my yoke is easy to bear, and the burden I give you is light. Now imagine yourself one more time getting back up to your feet. You have dropped your pack and are carrying Jesus' pack that has both rested you and it feels easy and light. What would it look like for you to walk in the ways of Jesus today, being directed by Him and carrying His pack? Take a few moments to listen to the voice of the Spirit and write down what directions God is giving you today.
Let's close off in a time of committal prayer. Jesus, I acknowledge that when I try to carry the weight of life on my own, it's heavy and challenging. But when I allow you to give me direction, it's not a weight at all. Help me every day to trust your direction for my life and carry only the burden of following you, instead of the burden of trying to make my life work out on my own. I pray this in your name. Amen.
This will be our reflection for days 7, 8, and 9. Each day, repeat the practice of laying down the burden you carry and taking on the burden of following Jesus. Let's see if at the end of the 3 days of this practice, we are walking a little lighter.